organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on this Monday morning edition of Daily Iowan TV, presidential candidates Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump paid a visit to Cedar Rapids. And later we find out about a new the University of Police Department to beef up safety on campus.
Updates on the World Series, and Iowa volleyball takes down number 24 ranked Illinois.
All of the latest Iowa City news is coming your way. Stay right where you are. You're watching Daily Iowan TV. Good morning, Iowa City, and thank you for joining us on this Monday morning edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Nikki Crosswaite. The FBI has announced that they are now reopening the case involving Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton's emails. While Clinton's emails have been a frequently discussed topic this election, new revelations show that disgraced former Congressman Anthony Weiner had emails involved in the case on his personal laptop. This discovery was made in an unrelated investigation into Weiner's sexually explicit text messages with a 15-year-old girl. The FBI is investigating if the emails in Weiner's possession contain information relevant to national security. The FBI's announcement to reopen the investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails isn't the only concern Clinton is facing. The state of Iowa has become a major battlefield between the presidential nominees this past weekend when both hosted rallies just hours apart from each other in Cedar Rapids. I was there to catch all the action. We're just days away from Decision 2016 coming to an end. Both presidential nominees, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, are here in Cedar Rapids in an effort to rally Iowa voters one last time before the big day. Clinton spoke on numerous points of her platform, including reproductive rights, equal pay, and paid family leave. Clinton made no mention of the FBI reopening its investigation into her emails that same morning. She encouraged the crowd to get out and vote against her opponent, Donald Trump, whom she attacked throughout her speech.
Look, I just don't know how smart you have to be to lose $1 billion in 1 year running casinos. But I've never met somebody who lost money running casinos, because with casinos, the house always wins, right?
We cannot look at our children and our friends and family members and community members' children and say that we voted for hate or bigotry.
Later that night, Trump supporters gathered to hear Donald Trump speak out in his own plans in office, such as tax cuts and repealing Obamacare. Supporters expressed their appreciation.
For calling out the corruption, what's going on in Washington, D.C. As we can see today, that the FBI reopened the investigation on Hillary Clinton, and they're finally going to right the wrong that they did to our country by allowing a criminal to run for president.
The crowd applauded Trump for the few minutes he spoke on the FBI's announcement to reopen the investigation into his opponent Hillary Clinton's emails.
Job-killing Obamacare is just one more way the system is rigged. And I've been saying it for a long time. But you know what? What happened today, starting with the FBI, maybe the system will become a little less rigged.
For Trump, this is his last opportunity to sway Iowa voters, while Clinton will make her way to Des Moines. Both candidates are tied in the Iowa polls, but we may see a change in that soon. Reporting in Cedar Rapids, Nikki Crosswaite, Daily Iowan TV. While the race for president has had plenty of drama on the campaign trail, there's been a fair amount of action at the polls as well. In Des Moines, Iowa, a resident was actually arrested Thursday for voter fraud. 55-year-old Terry Lynn Rote of Polk County was charged with first-degree election misconduct when she tried to cast a second vote. The Des Moines Register reported that Rote had casted 2 ballots in the general election for Donald Trump. Rote had feared her original early vote would be changed to a vote for Hillary Clinton. Rote was released Friday after posting a $5,000 bond. In addition to Rote, 2 other people have been reported on suspicions of voter fraud in Polk County. A modest crowdsourcing goal of $5,000 was turned into a staggering $1 million for the North Dakota pipeline. The campaign was amongst several fundraisers to help with legal costs, supplies, and goods for those opening the nearly 1,200-mile pipeline in North Dakota. Protesters of the pipeline have been fighting against the project for weeks now, expressing concerns that the project will disrupt drinking water sources and disrupt cultural artifacts. As the number of protest-related arrests increases, so have the contributions. Last week alone, more than $200,000 was raised to support those fighting the pipeline. Iowa City Parks has announced a master plan for the future of local parks. The director of Iowa City Parks and Recreation's Julie Cedar Johnson stated several goals, including taking an inventory of facilities, getting a comprehensive map of all their facilities, and making sure every facility is accessible to all residents. Johnson added that they are concentrating on what residents' needs are and how they make park systems meet those needs. To give residents a chance to get their voices heard as the plan takes off, a public input meeting is scheduled for December 10th. Well, it might be a chilly week to head to the park. Let's check out the weather this week with Becca Scadden in the weather studio.
Hey Nikki, and happy Halloween, Hawkeyes. It may be the last day of October, but the weather's looking unseasonably warm this week. This afternoon, temperatures will be around 66 degrees with cloudy skies. Monday evening, temperatures will stay around the same with temps around 64 degrees and cloudy skies. Tomorrow morning, we'll be off to a bit of a cooler start with temperatures in the upper 50s and partly cloudy skies. Now let's take a look at the rest of the week. Wednesday, we can expect a 60% chance of thunderstorms with highs in the mid-60s. Thursday, the sun will finally start to shine with temperatures staying in the 60s for most of the day. As we head into the weekend, temperatures will stay about the same with highs of 67 degrees and sunny skies in the forecast for both Friday and Saturday. That's all I have here in the weather studio. Nikki, back to you.
The University of Iowa received a report of a sexual assault that occurred in an Eastside residence hall. The incident occurred in the late hours of October 29th. The report has been indicated that the assault was perpetrated by an acquaintance. The Department of Public Safety has stated that the only person responsible for sexual misconduct is the perpetrator themselves. This is the fourth reported sexual assault this semester. When it comes to safety on campus, the UI Police Department has been implementing new efforts to make students feel safe. Hawkwatch, a new mobile safety application, is now available to students, faculty, and staff. Daily Iowan TV reporter Zali tells us more on how this app works.
Here at the University of Iowa, a lot of students go to the library and study all night, and a decent number of them choose to walk back home alone. Safety becomes their number one concern.
I've done that before, and I'll just call a friend or something.
But now, the introducing of a new mobile application, Hawkwatch, allows your family and friends know if you arrive at your destination safely without the need to call them.
Most students now, that's the way they feel the most comfortable communicating, through text message, through the internet, through social media. Everything has an app nowadays. And so this is our way of providing that same service and being able to bridge the gap for communication between us and our students.
So now let's see if it actually works or not. I'm going to walk from the main library to the Iowa Memorial Union. You first download the app from your app store, type in Brave Guardian. You then put in some personal information that will be relevant in an emergency situation. But make sure to use your Hawkmail so that they know you're accessing the UI version. The first feature here is called Safety Timer. You'll start by adding the guardians. But note here, your guardian does not have to be someone on campus. Then you can use the Safety Timer feature. You first set up a 4-digit personal PIN number. Once you activate your timer, it starts to count down. It will notify your guardian if you don't turn off the timer before it expires. Another feature is called Distress PIN. If someone forces you to deactivate your timer during your journey, you're able to put in this Distress PIN and let the dispatchers know you're in danger. It's your personal PIN number plus 1, and it will take your timer down to 0. For example, my PIN is 1111, and if I put 1112, the dispatcher will get the alarm and will contact me shortly. There are also other features including one click to call 911 if you're off campus, or sending a tip anonymously to the dispatchers. However, students also raise their concerns.
What happens if your phone dies when you get to that location, or if you don't have Wi-Fi or a GPS connection? Because out here I have really bad service, so that happens a lot for me. So I was wondering how they would work around that.
Daily Iowan TV will bring you more on that. Reporting at University of Iowa Main Library, Jolly, Daily Iowan TV.
I hope all the Cubs fans who were out celebrating the big win last night made it home safely. Speaking of the Cubs, Ashlyn Bowers in the sports studio, and she has more on that exciting win.
Thanks, Nikki. I agree, an exciting and crucial win for the Cubs, especially because it was either lose the series or win the game. The Cubs won with the score being 3-2. The Cleveland Indians are still leading the series 3-2.
Regardless of the way the series ends up, there's no doubt that the fans in Iowa City are excited about their beloved Cubs. Colin Murphy and Mary-Kate Herron went to campus to find out more.
Though we're in Iowa City, the town is just as excited as if they were in Chicago.
After 170 years, there's no doubt that no matter where you are in the country, every Cubs fan is hoping for that World Series drought to finally end. All right, so how excited are you for the Cubs?
I'm pumped. It's been 100 years, 108 years, so it's definitely it's a good vibe on campus.
So how are you feeling? Cubs are in the World Series.
Oh, it's awesome. I've been a Cubs fan all my life, so it's great to see this happen to them.
Super excited. I've been a huge Cubs fan my whole life and gone through the rough years and all the hard times and stuff, and they're finally good, and so it's a really good feeling seeing them be successful, especially in the playoffs.
How will you react if and when the Cubs win the World Series? I'm assuming you're a fan with the hat, so.
Honestly, I'll probably just start crying.
Like myself.
I might be a little immobile for a bit. You might actually have to call 911 at some point in time. You know, it could get rough out there.
All right, so when the Cubs are doing good, how much different of a vibe is it here on campus in a positive way?
I think it's huge, just the amount of people that come out and the atmosphere at the bar is 10 times more different. It's like game day on a Tuesday night whenever the Cubs play. It's just a huge impact.
Well, clearly there's a lot of big and fun plans here in Iowa City this
absolutely.
weekend. Colin, what are you going to do?
Well, Mary-Kate, I wish I was going to Chicago, but I think I'll settle with Iowa City. Iowa City is pretty fun. Just going to maybe head to the bars, watch the games, and just really hope we can close out the series this weekend.
You're going to hit up DCs like everyone else?
I mean, maybe. What are your plans?
I am actually going home. I'm going to
Lucky you.
be in Wrigley. It's going to be great. I'm feeling a win. I'm feeling 5.
I'm feeling 5 too.
Hopefully maybe I can scouter up a game ticket, sneak into the game, get on the field. I don't know. But
That'd be huge.
I think it's going to be a good time. The city may burn down, but
it's going to be a great time.
It's going to be a good time. Tears, joy. I'm feeling it all.
Lots of tears.
Lots of joy.
Definitely. All right, reporting from Iowa City, this has been Colin.
And Mary-Kate.
Back to you guys.
Go Cubs.
Go Cubs.
The Cubs play again on Tuesday at Cleveland and hope to tie up the series. A little more local, the Iowa field hockey team has the Big Ten tournament this weekend. The Big Ten tournament bracket came out this weekend and they were seeded 5th in the tournament. This means their game is Thursday, November 3rd at 5:30 p.m. The Hawks will play Northwestern, who is ranked 4th. The Hawkeyes already upset Northwestern in the regular season 2-1. Still in women's sports, the Hawkeye volleyball team had 2 games this weekend on Friday and Saturday. On Friday, the Hawks played Northwestern. Zach Lohnman has the recap.
The Hawkeyes came into Friday night looking to snap their 3-game losing streak against Northwestern as they hosted them at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Yeah, we knew Northwestern was going to do some things different in terms of the way they were commit blocking. They've changed their lineup a little bit in terms of their rotation. It's a lot of the same players, but they were in different spots, and it made them more effective. Abbott, number 2, did a great job, and she's so terminal as a hitter, so we knew we'd have our hands full with her.
The Big Ten, you play teams twice, and so this is our second round of Northwestern. We played at their place first, and we won pretty heavily, but you can tell that you prepare for teams differently. So they've already played against us. They already scouted us once, now twice already, and you can tell that they did a good job trying to shut down our pin-to-pin game, but that's when it came really important for our middles and middle sets like coils to be able to put the ball away. And fortunately, we were able to execute that well.
It's a constant game of adjustment, and at Northwestern, I think they just weren't prepared for what we were doing, and we kind of caught them off guard, and then they just lost their momentum. They did a good job tonight of retaining and remaining focused in the match, and we needed to do better. And so, like any coach, we're always happy when we win, but never satisfied, and so we have plenty of things to work on, but our true mental toughness keeps going, and we're going to keep growing as a group.
Even though it was close at the end, the Iowa Hawkeyes came through and beat Northwestern in 4 sets. Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Zachary Lohman with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The Hawkeyes then played Saturday night against number 24 Illinois. This was a crucial game for the Hawkeyes because they are ranked and in the Big Ten. The Hawks upset the Fighting Illini with 5 hitters in double digits for kills. The Hawks won in 5 sets. The Hawkeyes continue Big Ten play this weekend, playing at Rutgers and at Penn State. That's all I have for you in the sports studio. Back to you at the desk.
That's all we have for you this Monday morning. Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.tv.com, for all the latest news between now and Friday. And tune in to our show every weekday at 8:30 a.m. I'm Nikki Crossway. Have a happy Halloween, Iowa City.